Hey everybody, welcome to Dragonbane Night at the Adventure Archive. Thanks for joining us live or in the future if you're checking the VOD out. I know we got Sam Dark in the chat. Thanks for hanging out, man. And don't forget to like everybody. Helps us out a lot on the algorithm, so if you're watching the VOD, appreciate it. Before I begin, thank you, Patrick, for the amazing system. I still need to update it. Yes, I saw there was an update. I haven't done it quite yet. And also musicians, yes, that's what I'm looking for. Andreas with the official Dragonbane soundtrack. Heimat der Katastrophe with the soundtrack right now we're listening to from Noel. It's called Dungeons. Links for all that's in the description. Go check them out. I think Heimat just dropped some new albums too. I haven't had a chance to listen to them, but they are amazing dungeon synth for your role-playing game needs. And they let us use all their music free of charge. It's pretty cool. So before we begin playing, a little recap. So you guys, if you guys haven't guessed already, viewers, players, we are playing the adventure, the Temple of the Purple Flame. I think it's called. I should probably know the name of these, but it is one of the adventure sites in the game, clearly in the campaign, Secret of the Dragon Emperor. And in fact, this is going to be quite possibly the final adventure site before the end game. So buckle up. We'll see if these players can make it all the way to the end. But they made it here. They explored the first floor of the temple for quite some time and found a mask made of bone in the strange altar in the main chamber. But then they ventured to a different part of this temple, underground, down a spiral staircase, leading to a... Well, first they ran into some kind of manticore creature, lurking in a chamber, but they went a different way, found another chamber with broken shackles and more vines. But Donovan, with his great power that allows him to see the greatest treasure in a certain direction, he found two directions, multi-directional treasure right now. And so they're heading south. They found a secret passageway into another chamber where there are a couple of chests, as you guys can see if you're checking out the screen right now, if you're watching us and not listening to us. Oh, by the way, forgive me for not uploading the podcast episodes. I will get those up ASAP. Donovan stepped into this room, found two treasure chests, but upon one of those, splayed out as if beckoning him, as if it knew he was going to come through this door, is a grimoire. It's an old book sitting there. But this chamber is full of debris. It looks like nobody has been in here in some time. Everything is coated in dust. So that's where we're going to begin. What do you guys want to do?
Oh, I was on mute.
Gideon's going to sneeze as loud as possible.
You're going to what?
Gideon's going to sneeze as loud as possible.
Okay.
I'm glad we'll close that door.
Yeah, I know. What does a frog sneeze sound like, I wonder?
Ribbit.
Ribbit? It's like
Just ribbit.
just ribbit, that's it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you sneeze. Your sneeze echoes throughout the chamber you're in, along with Bramble, Peabody, and it looks like Ceriel still in there as well. It is very resonant in the otherwise silent area you're in.
Sorry, guys. Maybe they'll think that's a monster. They'll go the opposite way. It's really dusty in here, though.
I think that Bramble will start moving up a little bit forward to kind of take a peek to see what's in this room.
Yeah. So you want to go all the way inside then, past Ceriel into the chamber?
The all of the vines, the twisted vines, they're all kind of like dead and
Yeah.
and like dried out, right?
Yeah. So you're obviously a little bit hesitant to walk towards some vines, but yeah, they appear to be non-threatening.
Okay. Yeah, kind of seeing what Donovan is doing. He wants to try and go in the room as well.
Okay. Yeah. So Donovan's just kind of standing there, unless Donovan, you're doing something else.
I am very curious of these boxes over here.
Okay. They are old wooden chests, and upon which sits an old dusty book, which you recognize very, very immediately as a grimoire.
May I make an awareness check to see if I notice anything odd about this room?
Yeah, or you can
Alright.
just tell me. You search around if you want. Yeah. Do you just want to like take some time, or do you want to do a roll? It's up to you.
I'll do a roll because it's fun.
Do it. You succeed with an awareness check. Yeah, there's nothing outside of the ordinary. There's a bunch of rubble. You can see that it's a very low ceiling in here. Well, I guess not for you, but comparatively speaking. And it's collapsed, and part of the ceiling is falling. It's fallen on the floor, scattered about the room, as you can see on the battle map.
All right, well then I'm going to go and approach that grimoire, that book.
Do it. Okay, you walk up to it, and yeah, like I said, it's covered with dust. There's some cobwebs over it. It looks like he's been here for a very, very long time. And you immediately see some writing inside that appears to be spells.
Spells. How are they spelled? I can read them.
Yeah, I can give you the entire list if you'd like.
Oh, there's a list?
There's a list of spells. This is a pretty epic. I don't know if you can use.
I
Because
think I
you're
gotta learn
I know
them.
you're an animist, right? So I don't know if these are animist spells or not, but I'll just read them to you, and then we can drop them in your spell sheet if you can use them. So fetch, fetch, flick, dispel, magic shield, ignite, heat chill, gust of wind, fire blast, tidal wave, and salamander.
Oh,
I don't know
goodness.
how many, if any of those are. What I can do is I'll just drop them in the chat to you. So you
Some
can...
of those I can do because they're general magic. The others sounded like elementalism.
Gotcha.
Maybe.
I'll drop it to you in the Discord chat, so we don't lose them. So yeah, that is what is in the spell book.
I think if you get another heroic ability, you can learn another magic school.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
So there is these other two chests as well, sitting here closed. You don't see any lock on them whatsoever, any kind of locking mechanism. They just appear to be chests that I don't know. Nobody was trying to hide anything. For some reason.
While Donovan is looking at this grimoire,
Yeah.
Bramble's going to like kind of carefully walk up to the nearest chest and kind of look at it to see if he can see anything like out of the ordinary, looking for any type of like maybe traps or triggers or something like that.
Okay, yeah. So you inspect it closely. To your knowledge, there's no kind of there doesn't look to be a mechanism. It looks to be a very ordinary, very plain storage chest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he'll go ahead if he can and open it.
You open it and you find a bunch of cobwebs. Somehow spiders got in here. But at the bottom,
no.
through the cobwebs, you find 15 gold pieces glimmering at the bottom. And also another 10. So I'll just say 25 gold pieces. So this is quite the little find for you guys.
Lucky day.
Yeah.
He will gather them up and not in a stealthful way. He will say, "I'll just hold on to these. We will divide them as soon as we can make it out of here." And he will tuck them in his pouch.
Okay. So you retrieve the 25 gold coins.
And then he will step aside.
Did you ever roll the? Oh yeah. You don't you have the turn to dust coin thing?
Oh no, we do have to roll for that. Oh no.
Has it been another day though? That's the thing. I remember it's like once a day you roll. I don't think
I
we've
don't
spent another
remember.
day. It's fine. We can retcon that. You will not. I
I
will
mean,
not
that is
be that. I
hilarious.
will not be that evil to be like, gotcha. You forgot about your curse. That's messed up. So yeah, I think that's still active. So you can pick these things up, I guess, with like a material or some kind, or just as long as you don't physically touch them with your hands.
Okay, I will like reach out like I'm like about to, and I go, wait a second, and I will let's see. I will tip the whole little box and just pour the contents into
Okay,
my bag.
fair enough. Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Okay, and he will kind of be out of the way so that if Serial wanted to come and check out the other chest, she can,
Okay.
since she's next in the room.
Yeah. She's gonna just see that. Well, she's looking for this piece, this last piece. So yeah, she'll make her way to the other chest.
Okay, you make your way to the other chest. It looks identical to the other one.
All right, she's gonna open it.
Okay, you open it. And inside you find it's kind of it's upholstered, let's say, with this red velvet material. And it's all folded up and bunched at the bottom, almost like in a pillowy surface. And atop that pillowy surface you find a silver brooch.
Fancy.
Yeah, fancy.
Maybe she'll pin it to her. Her. What is she wearing? She wearing a cape? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you probably have a cloak on, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you pin it. It looks fantastic.
Is it in any type of recognizable shape, or
No, it's
is
kind
that...
of a it's weird. So inside this chest, like I said, it was all kind of this reddish velvet material, and it's almost as if that pattern is continued on to the silver brooch itself. So it's like almost rose petal like. So it's sometimes it looks like folds of fabric, sometimes it looks like flower petals. It's this weird kind of in between shape, but that's the only adornment you see on this thing.
If she looks around the chest more, like feels around, is there anything else in there?
No, there's nothing else. You kind of rifle around in there, and it's empty with the exception of that item.
Okay. We can also split this when we're out of here. I don't have to keep it. I do like the roses, but I don't have to keep it.
So Gideon, as you're standing there, the rest of your party is kind of heading into the room where all of the torchlight is. You hear a scratching sound on the door to the east. The one that somebody closed in the party when you guys first entered here.
I'm gonna go up to it. Is it barred?
It is a... Hang on, let me check. I believe it's just an iron door. Yes, it's just an iron door. So it's not barred. But it is closed. It is a very ordinary looking iron door from as far as you can see.
Does it open towards us or out?
How do they open inward, right? Room doors open inward, I think. I think that's how they work, right? Okay. It opens inward. Let's just say it's standard door operational, positioning, yeah.
So if I'm standing in this like little doorway area, I'm gonna jam my staff kind of diagonal in the doorway, so it's kind of has to kind of be pushed a bit more to open.
So you're okay. So if it's opening inward, when you say you're jamming your staff, I guess I don't quite understand. So you're in this little alcove, facing this iron door. It's closed. And what are you doing with your staff? You're jamming it.
Yeah, I guess. Oh wait, so when you say it opens inward, does it open? Are we the room that it opens into?
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, I want to kind of like jam my staff kind of like diagonally in the hallway, so that way if the door were to open,
Well, actually,
it would.
should I? It's funny. I'm looking at the map now, and it looks like it opens the other way. But if you have a plan, it can open inward.
Oh, it opens the other way.
Well, it's funny. I
no,
wasn't
that's
paying
fine.
attention, and then I see like, oh, there's like a little drawing of a door, and it's opening the other way. But
You know what? That's actually
because
hilarious. He's still gonna do it, even if it opens the other way.
I said it opens inward first. So if you have some kind of plan relating to that, like totally fine. I'm not gonna change it on you.
It's just to kind of bar it from opening.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that would make sense because then the other way it would just swing outward. So yeah, so you're wedging that in there. Yeah, you hear this scraping sound. It's almost like it's slightly juddering on its hinges every time it scratches. You start to smell the heavy musk of some kind of animal. You start to hear kind of this deep breathing.
We have company, and not
Is
the good kind.
What is it? Just the manticore?
Just?
Yeah,
Well, he's
it smells
in
like
that room.
manticore. It smells like manticore.
Oh, you're doing fine, Gideon. You got the door barred. We're safe. And look, you see how the door opens inward? If you look in your average home, Gideon, the doors open inward because that's where the hinges are. It's for security reasons. You want the parts of the door that could be rammed off to be on the inside. That's why it's built like that.
Wow.
I grew up in a swamp. We don't have doors.
Oh, that's a shame. No, I mean that's perfectly fine.
I think Bramble will say, so what is the plan here? Do we think that the piece that we are looking for, we're going to have to cross this room with this beast inside of it in order to find it? Because that is kind of what I'm thinking.
Perhaps.
There was Northern Passage, no? Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah, there was something funny about it here.
So when Donovan inspected this wall, there was something off about it. And when looking closely enough, you see this purplish light in the cracks of the stonework, the masonry work that feels a little bit different than the surrounding stone. So it does feel as if this kind of can be opened as well. Very similar to the southern passageway.
Looks like something a hammer might be able to deal with.
You should. Have you tried to push it? Give it a little. Try that, Uncle. We don't want to break the door if we don't have to.
Donovan almost looks embarrassed. I guess maybe all this adventuring is getting him feeling young again and reckless. But yeah, he does that. He puts his hand on the wall and he
Either
kind of
that
presses.
or Gideon is rubbing off on him.
Yeah, he puts his weight into it. Anything
Okay.
happen?
Yeah, so you put your weight into it and boom, it opens up. It creaks open, and your torchlight is mixing with some kind of strange purplish light that's moving across the room from west to east in these like undulating waves.
He gives Bramble a wink and a thumbs up. Good
Bramble
call.
returns it.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Ding.
Yeah. But that's what you see.
Gideon recognize?
Recognize what?
Sorry.
What?
Would any monster give off like a purplish glow?
No, not that you know of. I mean, not that anything you've heard, but possibly.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah. So from here, I guess Donovan is sort of right in the front, I'm assuming, right? Because he opened the door.
I'm sorry, repeat that?
You're facing the open door, right? Since you pushed it open?
Yeah.
Okay. So in addition to this purplish light, you can kind of see across the room anyway, from where you're standing in this little alcove. You see these kind of decorated columns that are going along the wall. They're kind of these diamond-shaped columns that are going around the entire room. But the rock in here seems very strange. It doesn't look like typical stonework. It has almost like a half molten kind of organic feel. So it doesn't look like it was made by human or humanoid hands. It almost looks like a manifestation of something organic. And then I guess you can see, so where you're standing, I guess since the field of your field of view is big enough, you're just peeking out around the edge into this room where this purple emanating light is coming from. And you see it coming from the west side of the room. There is a fire burning there of purple flame. And it's very similar, you notice, to the shape of the altar of the dais that was in the big chamber. It's almost like a starfish kind of pattern going across the floor. There's cracks going through it. It's very ancient stonework, this part of it anyway. And you also see it looks like a portal of some kind behind the fire, behind the altar. And it is has kind of an ornamentation around it, a circular ornamentation that looks like a spine of some giant beast.
Ooh.
And also, you see two tall figures with axes standing there flanking this fire and this portal. They don't seem to notice you quite yet, as you were relatively quiet and you haven't completely stepped out into the room. Their faces are kind of sunken in, and you're not sure if it's the distance, their sunken eyes, or their eyes themselves, but they appear very black from where you're standing.
Just like not even like beady, just like nothing almost.
Yeah, like black eyes. But again, you're not sure if it's the eyes themselves or if the shadowed sockets of their kind of, sunken in faces.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quietly back up.
Okay. You quietly back up.
There's two scary looking fellows in the next room. They're tall, they have axes. The purple flame is in there. And the stonework is unlike anything I've seen in all my years. I'm quite terrified.
I think Peabody's going to kind of sneak up to your side and kind of go, "Oh, let me see. Let me take a look." And he will like peek in and his eyes grow wide and he says, "Oh, yes, that does not look very good, but we are looking for something that looks like it might be something, the guards that might be protecting whatever it is." And then he looks at the chains at the feet, at their feet, and he's like, "Perhaps the creature in the other room. This is when he was a little bit smaller. Perhaps this is where they kept him as another way of protecting whatever is inside. I have a feeling we should go in there."
Yeah, I don't disagree, but it's all about planning. Well, now that I think about it, everything that's happened to us has been pretty chaotic, actually.
You know what they say, the best plan is no plan.
I've never heard anyone say that. But I'm confident Shariel can kill them. She's killed giant spiders, giant snakes.
Oh, well, Louis said people said that all the time. He wouldn't lie.
I don't know who this Louis is, but he sounds pleasant.
He is. He's great.
As much as I don't want to go on my own, I agree with Peabody. I think it is guarding the last piece.
Peabody has like a self-satisfied little smile on his face, like he's contributing.
So do we want to send one person in, feel it out, see if they're immediately hostile, warn
Yes.
the others, or...
Yes, who's the most sneakiest, not stinkiest? 'Cause we all know who that is.
Gideon's gonna sniff his armpits.
Ugh.
Peabody says,
Yes,
"That's me."
I'm pretty sneaky, but it might be better if I cover whoever goes in there. With my
That's fair.
Well, then perhaps Gideon is the one who should go in first, and because myself and Peabody are way too loud, we are wearing very heavy armor and will make a ton of noise.
And I'm quite the talker, but not much of a stalker.
I mean,
I suppose I can go in.
Sounds like a
I try.
song lyric.
I think Bramble puts his hand on Gideon's shoulder and says, "We have your back. We believe in you. We will be right behind you."
Oh, thanks, guys.
Gideon's gonna itch his nose again.
Ugh.
Uh-oh.
All right. Let's do this.
He caught the catacomb cough while he was in here. So get in, you move catacomb. You move up toward the doorway. Again, this purplish light is emanating. Yeah, so do whatever you want to do.
How tall is the ceiling in this room?
The ceiling is, I would say, about 10-ish feet tall. It's a good height.
Okay.
It's not super short.
Is there any like rafters or beams or anything?
No, all of the
Boards.
so it's weird. You start looking up in this little alcove, safely hidden away from prying eyes, at least as far as you know. But the organic nature, the almost like flesh-like, molten look, it kind of goes up toward the ceiling and connects. So it's as if it's one entire fused piece. So it's not like there's a flat walls and then a flat ceiling. It's just kind of this amorphous, weird shape that vaguely represents the like where a ceiling would meet the walls. But these pillars, like I said, they do go up on the side of the wall, so they're all attached to the wall. They're kind of embedded in the wall, going up to the ceiling. But they're not so far out that you could kind of get behind them, or there's not anything. If you climbed up them, there's really nothing. There's not like any kind of, like you said, beams or anything like that.
Are the pillars like coarse enough that I could hold on to them if I were
Yeah,
to, like,
you
jump up?
could totally scale a pillar. Yeah, you could climb up one of these pillars for sure if you wanted to. And there's one,
So
you can kind of see
you-
them on the map. They're like those diamond or those triangular protrusions.
Yeah, so I'm going to leap to that one.
Okay. Are you trying to be sneaky as you come in here and unseen, or are you just kind of stepping in and leaping?
Very sneaky, if I
Very
can.
sneaky. Yeah, yeah, of course. So why don't you roll me a sneaky sneak check, a sneaking check, and we'll see if you pass that first, which you did with an 8. So now you want to leap up onto one of these pillars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just out of sight.
So you're climbing up them basically, and then hugging the wall.
Then
So
I'm-
trying to keep yourself as, I guess out of sight, as concealed as possible.
Yeah, the plan is to jump from pillar to pillar if I can.
Ah, I see. So for jumping from pillar to pillar, you will have to like move around to the front. Does that make sense?
Right, and it's
So
not
they're
tall enough
top,
that
they
they
go
wouldn't
all the
notice.
way to the ceiling. So there's no like thing you can climb up and perch on and then hop to the next one and then hop to the next one. It's more like they're going they're attaching to the ceiling.
Right.
So if you were
Okay,
to like hop to another pillar, you'd have to basically get more or less be visible.
Okay, that's fair. So from here, are there any other details in the room that we didn't
Well, you
notice
do
before?
see a flaming altar, like I mentioned, right here. And there's a portal that is sort of framed in this spinal column. And looking through the portal is almost hypnotizing. It's like strange geometries, impossible like sculptures, and you see a violet sun, you see an orange sky, and then it's gone, and then these maze-like structures start to manifest, and you almost start getting dizzy looking at it.
Oh man, I think I'm gonna hurl. I gotta act quick.
But while you're here, I guess you're visible enough, so you're catching a good enough look at these two individuals who are standing.
Oh,
So these are the two individuals you see standing. They're over 2 meters tall, so they're pretty tall. They have
Oh.
this armor that appears to be fused with their flesh. And they're kind of outlined. Now that you're a little closer than Donovan was, you can see there's this violet aura surrounding them. But they look almost like they've been stretched. Like their limbs, their necks, their faces, they're kind of elongated. They look as if they at once inhabited a slightly smaller form.
oh my.
But they're kind of just sitting there. They're like pss, 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 kind of whispering to each other. You can't quite make out what they're saying. They don't appear to be it's kind of strange. So at first glance, they do appear as if they're guarding this thing because they're flanking this fiery altar. And they are armed, but they don't appear to be at any kind of like attention, like they're really guarding something. They have kind of their body language, their demeanor is, for lack of a better word, somewhat welcoming, let's say.
Well, Louis always told me don't judge a book by its cover.
He's gonna leap into the middle of the room.
Okay, so you leap into the middle of the room. And both of these figures, they notice the movement immediately, but they kind of move slowly and methodically and just deliberately. And they turn in your direction, and you see them cracking these impressive smiles, as you see in the artwork. These devilish smiles. And one of them says, "Are you here to see the master? To pass through and see beauty untold? Yes, you are you not?"
Well, I mean, you did answer for me, and you guessed it right. Can I bring friends?
Oh, of course. Master welcomes all.
All right, guys, come on out. These guys seem cool.
Donovan instantly puts his hand on his forehead, rubbing it. He looks like, oh boy. Let's go and see what's happening here.
Okay, so I guess the rest of you going inside, or some of you hanging out back?
I think Peabody instantly walks out. He's like, "Oh, it's friends, huh? Okay, you seem friendly enough." But I think that Bramble will walk up and stand next to Serial and say, Maybe you should stay behind in case they try to do something. You can fire your arrows from this room.
Yeah, sounds good.
I will try to get close to them, and we will see what is going to happen.
All right, I'll have my bow out and kind of be listening at the door, but hopefully just out of sight.
Yeah, I mean, you can if you'd like to. There is a small passageway that's about 2 meters, so you can kind of hang out there before entering the room and stay out of sight. Yeah, right there. Okay, so everybody's in, and you see the eyes of these two figures widen, and your first clue was correct, Gideon or Donovan. Their eyes are jet black, and you see them glistening in the light, and they kind of, they step forward somewhat excitedly. However, staying on this starfish-shaped tentacle-like dais. Oh, more, yes. Here for Sathmog. Come closer. We
Gideon's
will
eyes are gonna
show you such beautiful things.
perk up at Sathmog being mentioned.
Yeah, so you guys recognize that name. You know he is the demon who was sort of banished by the Dragon Emperor long time ago. And legend has it he is trying to come back. And also, Donovan, as you're in here, Donovan, sorry to interrupt, but real quick.
Go ahead.
Your your treasure tingles is going off the scale right now, and it's aimed due west
Towards the portal?
towards the portal.
Ah, shit. That was about to be my question. Are my spidey senses going off in here for treasure?
Yes.
So I think Bramble might ask. You said your master is Sathmog?
Oh yes, he is everyone's master.
Oh, okay. Well, is he through that strange door? Pointing at the portal.
Sathmog exists everywhere. He is in there, he is out here. But you can become one if you go through there.
What if I want to stay me, but still go through there?
Stay you.
And instead of becoming Sathmog.
Oh, you don't become Sathmog. It's metaphorical, let's say. You become one with him. You believe him. You feel him. You want to do everything he commands, like us.
Peabody says, "You mean we become his friend?"
If you are worthy, all you have to do is step through.
Peabody will
Well,
look
I
over
mean-
at Donovan and say, "I might be worthy. You never know. Never been asked before."
This sounds like basic possession to me, and I don't think we should have anything to do with it.
Sounds like someone's not worthy.
I
So, yeah, you guys
probably
are-
am.
Yeah, like I said, you guys can see it, and it's this water-like surface just twirling and rippling, but inside you see very similar imagery that you saw in these the murals on the walls throughout this cathedral. So you see the temple. So you see maze-like strange vistas and buildings that don't quite make sense. You see these violet suns in the sky and an orange sky. So it appears to be like these the murals you've been seeing are almost like coming to life. Like this is a realistic representation of what you've seen.
Bramble might say, "You," and he will point to the guy that's directly in front of him.
Yes.
Are you going to, if we go through that doorway, are you going to come with us, or will you be staying out here?
Oh, I've been. And
Really?
now I see. Both of us have been through. It's so beautiful. You have never seen anything so beautiful. Trust us. And they say that in unison.
I have an idea, but all right.
Send
Donovan
Peabody.
Donovan will approach one space further than Gideon to get
Okay.
closer to these two.
Okay. So as you get closer, they kind of just they step slightly away, as if kind of turning their body inward, as if they're presenting this the altar with the fire and the portal.
I am here for my own beneficial reasons. I had a meeting with a mallard, much like that one over there, but he was crankier. Can't remember the lodge name. But he has sent me on a bunch of errands to collect particular items. Do you have any idea of what I'm talking of?
you're just saying kind of in vague terms to these guys.
Yes.
Oh, I it doesn't ring a bell, but there are so many amazing things on the other side. I'm sure you'll find whatever it is you seek.
Do I have a moment? Can I talk with my companions?
Of course, there is no rush. Sathmog is timeless. Sathmog is eternal.
We can go talk in the other room where we came from.
Of course.
All right, we'll be right back then.
We're just gonna go down here.
All right, you guys take off into the other chamber with the shackles and the vines and the stairwell and the manticore room. Yeah, nobody stops you. They bid you farewell, and you're back in that room.
All right. This doesn't look good. My treasure senses are pointing me directly at that portal. Which means at the very least someone needs to go through to see if the last piece is there. And I think I would go because I could keep tracking it from there if need be.
I think Bramble will say, "Oh, Uncle, you are not going alone. I will be going with you. If you go through there, I will as well."
But what if it's a trap?
Then it's a trap that you and I should face together. You have some skills, that is for certain, and you're extremely powerful. It has been a pleasure seeing you in your fighting shape, adventuring once again. But I also think that I have been able to help as well. I have shown myself worthy, and I believe that you and I should face this together. And I think at that point, Peabody looks over and says, "Well, you're not going without me. I am going as well."
And then there were three.
I mean, I've never been through a portal before, so I mean, it's got that going for it. There could be monsters. Oh, heck, yeah, I'm in.
Donovan
I'll
nods.
stay out here. Just kidding. Um, uh, I don't have a good feeling about this. It sounds like we have no other option now.
If this piece is through that portal, we have no choice. It is what we must do to prevent Satmog from returning.
Yes. Though it sounds like we might meet Sathmog through that portal.
Well, we must not keep him waiting.
Maybe we should hide the other pieces out here. Maybe they are trying to lure us in, if we have the rest of the pieces.
We can put them in those boxes and hide the room again. Make it look like nobody has ever been inside.
True.
What if these long men go get the pieces and destroy them? Wait, do we want to destroy them or do we want them whole? I honestly don't know.
We want them whole.
Yeah, you want them whole.
I was watching many episodes ago, and we need it to bring. I think we have to bring it back to Outskirt.
Yes.
I think is what I remember.
Well, they
Yeah.
want us to. The
Well,
outskirts.
So there
vicious because
is, you do know during your travels, during your conversations with people that there is an ancient area in the center of Outskirt that was here during the Dragon Empire, and it's like a relic. It's a ruin from past times, and you know that if you bring the completed statuette piece there, that will, let's say, give you passage to hopefully put an end to the rising demonic presence in the Misty Vale.
Right.
Yes, I must have forgotten that.
It's
It's
been a
near
long time. Episode
It has
40.
been.
It's been yeah, it's been a
It's
while.
that spot near where I trained in magic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's around there.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So Bramble will look at Cyril and say, you've protected these pieces for this long. I think that maybe they might be safer to remain with you. If
agree.
this is for a vote, I say you keep them with you and we all travel in together. And we face whatever is on the other side.
And if we all go down, the whole realm goes with us. But
Well,
we
guard
try.
them with your lives.
Well said.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so explain to me what everybody's doing.
Real quick before we go in there,
Yeah.
do you think we could kill these two? They're clearly possessed.
Yeah.
Destroying them would probably be a blessing.
Well, if whatever we are seeking is on the other side of the portal, if we have to fight there, perhaps destroying whatever that is will free these two.
That's
I
a
say
good
if they
point.
let us pass, we should just go ahead and go walk right past them.
I'm proud of you, Bramble.
Thank you, Uncle. It means so much to hear you say that.
So Donovan's gonna
Okay, they
Go
perk
back
up
in
as
that
you
room.
enter. Have you decided?
Yes, we have. And we're gonna go through the portal.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Okay, so everybody but Serial, or Serial's going too?
He's going to.
Are you guys all going together, or is just one person hopping in and seeing what happens?
I mean, we gotta go one by one, right?
Yeah, I was wondering if anybody's like, waiting, or if you're just bloop, 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 one after the other.
Probably bloop, bloop, bloop. Or you know what?
It might be good to have one person go in and come out just to make sure.
Put
We
your
go
hand in.
Yeah.
Wrap a rope around somebody. See what happens. Yeah.
Donan will say he's gonna enter with like as Bramble said, we'll enter in at the same time and we'll see what happens.
Okay. So you enter in and you feel this coldness just envelop your entire body as if it's like ice cold shrink wrap. And you open your eyes and you see, I gotta put people in here. So right now it's just Bramble and Donovan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys see this crazy vista. What you saw through the portal, however, it is in full view. You see these multiple violet suns blazing across an orange sky. You just see these strange structures, almost like an MC Escher style thing, twisting about, making all kinds of shapes. So,
holy crap.
You have arrived in the demonic realm. And you hear... or you smell this. You smell the scent of decay and blood. You hear just this constant whispering and muttering of voices, but you can't quite make out what's being said. So the way this works mechanically, it's a little bit of a, I guess, kind of a mini game of sorts. Where is my document? Hang on one second. Realm? Oh man, where is it? Sorry, one moment. It is...
This place gives me Labyrinth vibes, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
I'm waiting for the Goblin King to pop out and sing us a number.
Okay, here we go. Got my notes now. All right, so the way this works, you guys are lost. So both Bramble and Donovan are in here. You guys entered together, but you do not see each other whatsoever. It's as if you blinked into different realities, albeit somewhat of a shared reality. So the way this is going to work is to find your way out, to seek through here. This isn't like a traditional dungeon or anything like that. You need to roll will saves. And for every successful will save, you get something. If you fail, something bad happens. So that's how this is going to work. Do we want everybody else to enter first, or are you guys, as Gideon and Sariel and everybody, kind of hanging back as Donovan and Bramble get sucked into this portal?
Well, first question.
Yes.
Bramble will look behind him to see if he can still see the portal. Is it fully gone?
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, you're in a strange alternate dimension.
Can we see them?
No, you don't see anything. You see the same strange vistas kind of swirling in the water-like surface.
Do you guys think they're okay?
We need to see. We need to find out and be sure.
Right, that's right. You're right again.
Gideon's gonna go in next.
Okay, so Gideon, you see the same thing I described. Let me get your token in here. Okay. So Gideon steps through. I guess Sariel and Peabody are the only two remaining.
Peabody will look at Cyril and say, I can't help it, I am afraid.
I am too, Peabody. Shall we hold hands?
Yes. It will keep me from being too scared, if you know what I mean.
Yes. Your namesake, I know.
All right. And he will hold out his hand and
Okay, she'll grab.
And
Okay.
he'll start walking towards the portal with Sariel, and once they get there, he will cross the room.
Okay, you guys cross through, and immediately you felt the warmth of each other's hands, and that warmth is replaced by coldness, and you guys see this strange demonic multi-sun world that you've seen depicted in the murals in this temple, and you are utterly alone, each one of you.
Oh no, this is very bad. He'll call out to everybody, like to see if he can, if anybody can hear. So
Yeah, so you call out, and it's almost as if like you're in one of those crazy rooms that absorb all sound. So you can just barely hear your voice, but then it doesn't travel anywhere, even though around you are these massive platforms and maze-like structures, which you feel like it would echo. But all of you guys do hear these voices. But Donovan's been here a little bit longer, and he hears something else.
No.
I see you.
All right, time for our first will check.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'll just explain it again. The way to find your way out of this is pretty simple. You just have to roll will saves. And if you succeed, multiple successes are good. Multiple failures are bad. So we can just see, and if anybody has any other ideas on how they want to approach the situation, that's fine too. But that's sort of the way this is going to play out, generally speaking.
All right, I'll roll the first one.
Okay, let's get a will save, and I believe you have a pretty high will, right? Oh no, you're baned?
Oh yeah, I'm scared from last session.
Oh shit. Luckily, you succeed. And Donovan, as you're walking around, you see something on one of these platforms, and it's this obsidian-like rock, and it's glowing with not purple but like this bright white aura around it, and it looks very similar to the pieces that Sariel has in her possession. But it's just out there in the middle of this platform. You feel like you can just walk up to it. And it's on the very edge, so it's like the end of this platform. It doesn't connect to anything. It like dives down into this this abyss.
He'll clutch the necklace of his little urn that has his wife in it.
Okay.
And he'll start approaching it.
Okay, you start approaching it, and the wind picks up. It's this warm wind, though. As you've been here so cold when you entered, now it's this hot wind, and it's kind of just jetting up from these dark abysses below you. It's very much like, I guess, Frodo getting ready to dump the ring into Mount Doom kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
So you're approaching the statuette, and it feels so insignificant, but you're utterly drawn to it, and you make it all the way there, and it's standing there just pulsing light in front of you at your feet.
Can I cast that fetch spell?
Do you remember? Do you just read it out of a grimoire? We haven't learned new spells in some time, and I can't remember if you have to learn it, or if you just have it in your book and you just say it. I think it's...
I don't have my rule book on me.
Let's just say you can. Let's just say it requires a roll. And then what does fetch do? Let's see. Probably pick something up, right?
That's
Oh,
what
it's a magic trick. So you make a loose object no heavier than weight 1 within 10 meters float to you. So that would qualify.
Can I try that one?
Yeah. So you cast this magic trick, so it only takes willpower points. Don't have to roll.
Yeah, it just takes 1 point.
Yeah. And yeah, this object it floats off the ground and starts coming toward you. And it's almost at you. Are you going to reach out and grab it?
Yeah. It's shit. Yes.
Yes. Okay, you grab it. And you have this statuette piece. And you hear, "Fool." But it seems far away.
What do you mean, fool? I've come and gotten what I came to get.
You don't get a response. But after a time, you do start to see, you kind of look around, and even though all of these structures and these platforms are kind of twisting, it almost feels like some of them are coagulating into these massive black claws, and they're kind of blinking toward you, getting closer and closer.
Like that.
Yeah, larger than life, so massive, like the hands of giants.
Donovan's gonna take a little bit of a defensive stance, and if he has time, he would cast Protector on himself.
Oh, yeah, you definitely have time. So these giant claws are coming at you, but Protector. What does it do? Protect you from magic, I believe. Let's see.
Yeah, magic attacks from monsters. It reduces
So
the
you
number
can
of
protect yourself. Yeah, the power level of all spells cast, the person or place reduced by the power. Okay, you can use. Okay, cool. Yeah. So do you want to roll that?
Yeah. Let me.
Right. Okay, that is a success with a 2. So you cast the spell. What does this spell look like? How do you invoke it?
Mine in particular
Yeah.
is. It almost looks like a spirit form of his wife appears.
Oh.
'Cause
Okay.
she was a warrior, so it's like it's not really her, just out of his loss and loneliness, he sculpted the spell to resemble her in a way, and it has her shield and her
Okay.
axe.
So yeah, you cast this thing, and just in time, these giant claws start coming down at you, and ka-ching, just rebounding off this thing. But they don't give up. They keep trying to claw at you, but then fail.
I'm gonna Donovan's desperately looking for an escape route of any kind.
Yeah, okay. So you run back, I guess, away from these things down this platform, and I need you to roll me another will check
All right.
as you're exploring this endless maze. Seemingly endless maze.
Thought that was a
Okay.
demon.
Yeah, I know, right? So that is a success with a 12. And you make a left, a right. You start walking upside down, doing all kinds of crazy things, spiraling down these tunnels. And at the very end, you see the spinal frame with a watery surface glimmering ahead of you.
It's the way out. That's the same thing you described inside.
Yeah, exactly. It looks exactly like what you saw in the other room.
He'll stop suddenly,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll turn back towards this bizarre realm.
Okay.
And he'll scream, even if he knows it doesn't help. I don't think he does, though, at this point. He'll scream out, Gideon, Shariel, Bramble, P. The exit is here. It can be found. And he's going to dash at 2 miles per hour towards that opening.
2 miles per hour. All right, you dash through the portal. You're enveloped, and you find yourself in the chamber with the two figures again.
Fuck, I didn't think of
Kind of
that.
stumble in there.
No.
Yeah.
Also, sorry if we're not supposed to say that word.
Oh no, you can say whatever.
I did not think of that. But all right. Yeah, go on to somebody else.
Okay, so
Salt
I guess
over
it'd be
here.
Brambles up next. So right?
Yeah, question. Did Bramble see, so he's kind of sees the same thing that Donovan saw at the beginning. Did he notice any changes in the world as Donovan was doing things that anything that affect him at all?
No, you didn't notice anything other than just sort of what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're smelling, which is exactly how when you entered.
Okay. He'll begin trying to search for his companions or anything that's at all normal. And he has his hammer out and he's like looking around.
Okay.
Also
so, yeah.
looking for enemies.
Yeah, roll me a will check, please.
Okay.
Okay. 7 is a success. So, yeah, you're hunting around for creatures or anything like that. You don't find anything whatsoever. The path ahead seems relatively harmless, despite the constant chatter of strange voices you hear around you. And let's see. Where is... Here we go. All right, you find strange. It's a strange sight. It's a stack of 10 gold pieces, just standing there right in the middle of the walkway.
He'll slowly approach more cautiously, and he'll get to where the gold pieces are standing and look around to see if anything is around.
Yeah, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. There's nobody. It doesn't seem like anybody's watching you. There's no traps. There's nothing. There's not like a pit that's going to fall out. But it's weird, right? I mean, it's a meticulously stacked stack of gold coins. 10 of them.
He will take his warhammer and he'll kind of poke the stack and let it fall, and so the coins all spill over the ground.
So you actually poke the stack of coins, and as one, it kind of like totters and falls over, and then rises up on its side, but then like separates, and there's kind of this black, ethereal, like ghostly energy through it, and they find your way into your belt pouch without even touching them.
Oh, well, this is not so bad. He will continue on wherever he can go, whatever the path is, looking still for...
Yeah, just give me another will roll, and we'll see what happens as you are searching for either your companions or a way out. Okay, a success. These are easy successes, apparently. So you do see the same thing, almost blinking out of existence in a possible area. You see the spine framed portal.
He'll call out, I found the portal. I'm going back through it, and he will also take off running towards it. Okay, but yelling it as though he's calling out to his friends, if they can hear his voice, that they might be able to follow it.
Okay. So you're screaming it the whole way. You charge through, flash of light as you enter, and I guess you see Donovan and the two figures. You find yourself in the same room from where you entered.
Okay.
Okay, so who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go next.
All right, so as you are searching around the ruins, I guess.
Did Gideon go before us? Doesn't matter.
However you
don't-
guys want to go, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do.
I think Gideon went before us.
Yes, I think Peabody and Serial went last. So
You just want to see if I disintegrate first. Something smell like frog legs?
I know, right?
All right.
No, the
I'll
rolls
go.
have been good so far. I don't know what your guys' will is, but so far so good. Let's see if the
Mine's
luck
not very
continues.
good.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So am I
Let's see
rolling
what you
a
get. Yeah,
will check?
a raw will roll. Yeah, so just click on your will. Ooh, it's 7. Ooh, okay.
Ruh-roh,
13 is a failure, so you can push it if you'd like. It's up to you, though.
Yeah, he's gonna be it's willpower too. He's gonna be scared.
Yeah. You want to be scared? Oh, shit. Oh, but you succeed with a 6. Holy shit. Okay. So, yeah, you're stumbling around. You don't feel quite confident, but then you push through. And the world seems to be strangely making sense to you somehow, even though you are still trapped in this strange demonic place. But let's see what happens here. Yeah, so you find there is you come to a wall, and there is this single strange black antler curling out from the stonework there. And upon this antler is hanging a gold necklace.
How tall up is the antler for me?
Oh, it's low enough for you to reach. Strangely enough. You're not used to this kind of convenience.
Like it was built just for me. It is gold, and well, if somebody else touched it, it could disintegrate. I mean, it would be the right thing for me to take it.
He's gonna try to take it with his whip.
Okay, so you're gonna try to like from afar like whip it?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah, give me a whips roll, and we'll see if you successfully grasp this thing toward you, or if it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
17. Wow, you're is that your whips is 17?
It's 18. It's the max.
Oh man, jeez. Okay, so you knew you probably weren't gonna fail, or it was gonna be rare. So yeah, you whip this thing cleanly off the antler, and it spins in the air and falls in your hand if that's what you want it to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it feels like a normal gold necklace. And then as this happens, the antler kind of dissolves into the wall. And then the wall starts to just push back and push back and push back until it turns into a blur, and the passageway continues to extend forward. So if you decide to go forward, I'll just need another will check.
Other people can
Oh,
come
you
and
want to
enter
skip
first.
around? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to do Sariel, or do you want to do Peabody?
I'll go, I guess.
All right. So Sariel, why don't you give me a will check, and we'll see if you can find your way.
I don't think me and Peabody made it on the board yet.
Oh, let me sorry, let me move you guys. There's Sariel. Okay. Now you should be there.
All right, just straight will, you say?
Yep, straight will. Okay, man, I didn't know your will was that high.
Yeah, it's my highest.
17. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you succeed. So you start finding your way as if, like I said, these platforms and these passageways are making sense to you. You feel like you're making progress, and Let's see if you find anything. So you find a single copper piece. It's on a pedestal, flat, all alone. Seems strange to find such a thing here. But the color does stand out in all of this darkness.
That is very suspicious. Yes, I don't like it. I'm gonna walk in the opposite direction.
Okay. All right. So you start walking in the opposite direction, and why don't you roll me another will check? Okay, man. Lucky rolls here. Hopefully Gideon has this kind of luck. We'll see. He's already succeeded once. So you two find the pathway opens wide. It gets wider and wider and wider until it feels like you're just on this flat plane. And at the very end, you see this spine-framed portal that you saw, the one that you entered.
Ah, yes. Made it back. I'll hop through.
Okay. You hop through and you find your companions on the other side, as well as the two people that you noticed that were flanking the portal.
Okay.
Okay.
As I hop through, I yell, Peabody, the portal's here.
Okay.
Because I know he's scared.
All right. So who's up next? Peabody?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, hold it together. Don't be afraid. Things will be fine. And he's like kind of like looking around, but his eyes are like darting back and forth. He's clearly freaking out.
Okay.
You can do this. You're
Don't
brave. You hold it together. And he will he's walking forward,
Okay.
shaking, holding his axe.
All right.
Oh, that's not. There we go.
Uh-oh, that's an 18. That's a failure, so you can choose to push it if you like. Or you can take the failure.
I mean, he's clearly scared, so.
Okay. Oh no, that's
Nope, not
another
good.
fail. Okay.
Yep.
So you are wandering and wandering, and it feels like the path itself is becoming even more twisted, and you notice your own footprints. You see some footprints ahead, and you find that they're your own, and you just kind of feel like you're walking in circles and circles. So while you are doing this, I guess we'll move back to Gideon and see what happens to him.
Oh.
So I just need another will check, Gideon, unless there's something you want to specifically do.
It is baned.
Oh no, but it's a fail with an 8 though, but that's crazy. So you an 8 and a 3. So those are pretty good rolls for you. Because I think your will's pretty low. So yeah, it's like what, a 7? Yeah, it's a 7. So what do you want to do?
Is there other than getting more conditions, is there any more negatives to pushing rolls in a row?
So no, when you push rolls, it's just conditions at this point, yeah. So knowing that you only have to succeed in will, you can, continually, you can only push a roll once per turn though. So you can't infinitely keep rolling on your next turn. You can try again.
That's fair.
If you fail this
I'm
one.
gonna feel disheartened.
Okay, unfortunately, a 12 is another failure. So you are wandering deeper and deeper into this maze. And what I need you to do is roll me a d6. Okay, a 4. Okay, so, oh, interesting. So yeah, you basically just you feel even more lost. The suns in the sky are receding further and further. It feels like you're shrinking. It feels like the walls are growing around you. So that is second failure. So I guess Peabody's up next.
Okay. So wandering, he will. Do you want me to do a will save now?
Yeah, will save, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that is a failure with an 18. Do you want to push
Definitely
it?
pushing. Yeah. He's also going to be disheartened.
Okay.
Oh, this is not going to work out. I will never see them again.
Oh,
Oof. Okay. That is a... Yeah, hey, you're in the demon world. You rolled a demon, right? It's appropriate.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's a failure.
it should be a good thing.
So, yeah, why don't you roll me a d6?
Okay.
As you find yourself even more lost in this maze.
That's a 5.
Okay. So, your eyes start itching incredibly bad.
Oh.
It's almost like you have some kind of allergic reaction or something like that. And then you see your vision start to change. It's almost tinting. So everything around you becomes darker, and there's these little pinpricks of light at the very center. But you also get a +1 to your will, and you get a -1 to your charisma. And this is a permanent effect.
Oh.
Yeah. So your will goes up by 1, your charisma goes down by 1.
Okay.
And then I guess that brings us back to Gideon.
Another willpower check.
Yeah, another willpower check as the maze gets crazier and crazier. Oh my god, another demon.
It was so good at the beginning.
Ouch. So, okay, so it's almost as if the structures rising around you are starting to enclose like clasping fingers or, a rib cage around you, blotting out the sun. So why don't you roll me a D10?
Oh my.
Might have to take my hat off for this one. Show my respect.
Okay, you rolled an 8. Okay, you feel this strange sensation in your body. And the ground begins to get further away from you. And your arms begin to get longer. And you can tell you're being elongated. So you're even taller. Your legs are longer. Your arms are longer. And you gain +1 to strength and -1 to charisma.
Ooh. So, with having longer legs, could I theoretically jump higher?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. Gonna keep that in mind.
Okay, I guess we're back to Peabody.
His eyes are all scrunched up, and he's like, I got something in my eyes. Oh no, I can't even see. And he's kind of like feeling around, like having a hard time going forward. But he
Okay,
was
so
wrong.
that was 2 failures, right,
Yep.
so far? Okay, so why don't you roll me another will as the world itself begins to dim. Ugh.
I mean, yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay, a 17. That is
He's
that is a
dazed.
failure. Okay. And this is with the +1 will too.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
I got it though.
Okay, success with a 10. Okay. So out of nowhere, you see in the distance, at the pinprick of light, just at the center of your vision, you see this portal manifest. The exact one you entered.
Frantically, he begins running towards the portal.
Okay.
Like when he crashes through this, he's going to like roll across the floor.
Okay, you run and run and run, and you're sucked back through the portal. You find yourself in the chamber with the rest of your companions. Okay. So, there's only Gideon left, wandering alone with these structures about ready to enclose over him.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Okay, so you've had, what, 3 failures? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, 3 failures. Okay, so as you are trying to make your way out, why don't you give me another roll? Oh my
Whoa.
god! Oh man, look at
won!
that. You won with a 6. So as you are searching, the interlocking fingers, that black fingers above you, start to open up, and they reveal a pillar of light shooting down on the ground. And at the very top, at the very bottom of that, you see this this portal, the same one that you entered.
Gideon's gonna do that iconic like frog dive straight into it.
Okay, so yeah, you dive through, and yeah, you meet all of your companions in the chamber. Let me move you guys back to the right.
So how much taller am I?
I'll say, like, I don't know. You tell me. I'm gonna leave it up to you. I'll leave your creativity up to it. So whatever you want to be, I'll say. I mean, within reason, of course. You're not gonna be like 10 feet tall or something like
Okay, so we're not Abe.
that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a little creepy. He's gonna be kind of person height.
Oh, okay, okay. Nice.
But just his legs and his arms. The rest of his body is still proportional to him.
He's just a little ball.
So he's got like a little body. Oh,
Yeah.
that's freaky looking. Okay. All right, let me reactivate the scene. So this is where you guys are. And yeah, you're all in here. Everybody notices that Peabody's eyes are jet black, just like the 2 figures that are flanking the portal. And Gideon looks like his arms and legs have been stretched, elongated.
Guys, you shrunk!
Peabody is like a little kid who gets like he cannot stop rubbing his eyes, no matter what anybody tells him. He's just like vigorously like rubbing them, and rubs them, and oh no! So he does something under my eyes. I can barely see.
What has happened to the both of you? Gideon, you've grown tall.
Oh. Oh, I thought you guys shrunk. Oh, wait. I'm tall. I like this.
You're a
Does anybody have a
long boy.
mirror?
It looks good. You look a little bit taller.
You promise?
Yes.
The ladies at the swamp are gonna love this.
I got to tell you guys, just for the sake of it. So one more failure, you would have met Sathmog and forever been lost in the demon realm.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy, right? I know. I was like, oh my God, is this going to happen? I totally thought toward the end there, I was like, oh man. Yeah.
I got scary.
I know. So you guys
Bramble-
are. Go ahead.
Yeah. Bremmel's gonna look at these two guys. Are they still like exactly how they were? And are they surprised maybe to see us?
They look at Peabody and they look at Gideon. You have seen. And then they throw their head back in laughter, and this laughter starts to resonate around the room and almost starts to vibrate. The ground itself starts shaking as their laughs grow and grow and grow. And then you hear this incredible roar, and you see this very much like Darkness's hand coming through the portal in the movie Legend. You see this hand come through the portal, and then another hoofed leg slam down. And these two figures, they turn in that direction and immediately bow down as this massive demon enters the chamber. But the ceiling starts dropping rocks. It feels as if the place is coming down. So I'm going to put this guy out here.
No.
So this massive demon steps through the portal. Fools! And he's pointing at the group of you as you guys are collected in the center of the room. But yeah, stonework is falling from the ceiling as he thunders forward toward you. I need everybody to make an acrobatics check to try to avoid the falling stones.
I do want to ask, does the voice sound familiar to Donovan?
Oh yeah, it sounds very familiar to Donovan. But you've never seen this creature manifested in the flesh, but you see it now, and I guess I should do can I...
I'm gonna push it.
Yeah, this is what you see.
There you go.
Stepping through
Nice.
the portal.
He has like little.
He looks
deep-
nice.
Looking
We gotta
absolutely
get Peabody that
furious.
sword.
I know.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, he'd love to dual wield an axe and a sword. He's gonna push it also.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Ooh, another failure for Peabody.
Today is not my day.
So, what is your acrobatics anyway? Donovan, holy shit, you rolled a 1. That's impressive.
I was after
Acrobatics.
pushing it.
Oh,
It's a 9.
gotcha. 9? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, these stones slam down from the ceiling right on top of you. They clip your shoulder and part of the side of your head, and you suffer 7 points of damage.
Okay.
So, as you guys are you guys trying to make your way toward the exit? Or are you guys hanging out in the room?
No,
You're running? Okay.
I'm definitely.
So Donovan succeeded, Peabody failed, so Sariel and Bramble and oh no.
Can I try
You
to
rolled a 7.
grab
Oh, no, that's the
Gideon
damage.
since
What did I
he's
do?
close to me?
Yeah, sure. You
Like,
want to try?
So
Are you
Peabody
trying
is
to help
at
him?
0.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Peabody's at 0. Oh man, so he
Oh
collapses to the ground. Oof.
Gideon's gonna try to grab him with his whip.
Okay. So, 1 second. Let me just read death again. So yeah, you drop to the ground and risk dying. You cannot move or perform any actions. Okay, on and on and on. So you're gonna try to whip him, and what? Drag him?
Yeah. Or can we rally for him?
Yeah, for sure. You can definitely rally. And a rally, I think it's a persuade check, if I remember right. To rally yourself, roll against your will with a bane instead of persuasion. No, that's rallying yourself. So, it's persuade, yeah. So you'll need to do a persuasion check, and if anybody wants to help, you totally can. That just gives you a boon.
Guys, I shouldn't be the one to rally. I'm not very persuasive.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I will help Bramble.
Yeah, remember you guys can help, and then multiple boons and stuff. So, and then plus, don't forget, I need you guys, the rest of you guys, to roll acrobatics, as the ceiling is collapsing around you.
The roll is what is the roll for rallying?
It's
Persuasion.
persuasion.
Okay.
So if the persuasion succeeds, and like I said, you guys can help and stack help. Like if all of you guys are Peabody,
I'm
get
gonna help
up,
too.
you know, like you
I
guys
think
can.
Bramble can try to rally.
Okay. All right.
So who is helping?
I'm definitely yelling Peabody.
Yeah.
Yeah, however many people are helping, just you can add that many dice. So I guess it's 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Everybody's. This is a severe moment.
So that means you'll get triple boon.
Okay. Here it comes.
So 4 dice, yeah. Okay, success. You successfully rallied Peabody to his feet. And this is like, keep fighting despite. This counts as an action. If you rally, you can continue as normal, but must keep making death rolls as described above. Okay, so on his turn, I guess next turn we'll do death rolls. Yeah.
Okay.
On your turn in each subsequent round, you must make a death roll. So that is a constitution roll, and you cannot push it. So yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
I think Sariel, I need okay, Bramble. Oh wait, no, that's your persuasion. So I need a acrobatics roll from everybody who hasn't rolled yet. Okay, Sariel, you dodge out of the way of some falling debris.
Is this a second roll we're making?
This is the first roll, so you've already rolled once.
Okay.
I don't think
I already rolled.
you already rolled a 4?
Yeah.
I must have missed it.
Acrobatics, yeah.
Oh, everybody
Yeah,
did?
same.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so you guys all make it into the next room.
Do they
And-
pull Peabody with them?
Yeah, I guess you guys are... Well, he's on his feet now, so...
Okay. Yeah, he will stumble, he'll be leaning on Bramble for support.
Yeah, exactly.
Since now Bramble's the only one that's close to his height.
Yeah,
And
exactly. So you guys hear the thundering hoofbeats on the stone come behind you as the demon is in pursuit. You guys come into this room. These vines now look like they've come to life. So they are reaching out for you. So I need everybody to make an acrobatics check. Unless, again, feel free to become creative if you'd like. And then if you have other ideas. But
Gideon's gonna
otherwise, it's going to be a...
Can we
acrobatics.
sprint?
Yeah, you still got to get out of the way of the... And where are you guys headed? So you get into this room. So that's a failure for Sariel, unless you want to push it. As one of these vines comes darting out at you.
I would think we would make our way up the stairs we came down to the west.
Okay. Okay, Sariel succeeds. She's pissed, but she succeeds. Bramble fails with an 11. Are you going to push it?
yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay, so one of these these roots comes out of the wall and smacks Bramble for 5.
Okay.
I guess minus your armor, so maybe you don't take any damage.
That's right. Yeah, that would be
Okay, it glances
be even.
off your armor. Okay, so I just need a Peabody death save or a death roll.
Gideon's gonna try to help as well, if he can.
You can't. I don't think you can help with a death roll. I think it's just a raw Constitution. Okay,
Mhm.
that is one failure. And you need to have. Let's see here. 3.
Can I try to just heal him?
Hell yeah, you can.
I'll do
Yeah,
that.
he's at 0 HP, so he's barely hanging on. So does everybody else succeed? Yeah.
Peabody is just freely peeing right now.
He's making a pea trail.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. No more
Nice.
death rolls needed. Okay, so you guys are going in the stairs then? This way? To the west? Or the east? No, west.
The west, but I rolled a dragon on that agility check, that acrobatics check.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Not a dragon, a demon.
Oh, a demon.
Yeah.
Did I miss that?
Yeah.
Where is your 20? Oh, shit. Okay, so...
Everybody goes up at me.
Yeah, part of the wall starts to fall down at you, and you lose 5 points unless you have any armor, which I don't think you do.
Nope.
So 5 points of damage as part of the wall collapses against Donovan, right by the stairwell.
All right.
Bramble will help Peabody up a part of the stairway. But he's back at full, so he will take over and start running himself.
Okay,
And
cool.
He'll say, "Somebody peed all over the floor, and it definitely was not me." As he's going up the stairs, but Bramble will let him go and come back and run back down for Donovan.
Okay, so you guys dash up the staircase. You hear again these booming hooves behind you, the curses of a demon in demonic speak. And you guys make it to the next level, which is this guy here. You guys are now... Why don't I see anything? Oh, there we go. Yeah, you guys end up in the room with the beast, the carcass of the beast. And there's a passageway with 2 open doors right in front of you. If you want to dash through.
Before we go any further, Donovan's going to get Sariel's attention and give her the last remaining statuette piece. And he's like, no matter what happens here, just get this where it needs to go.
Okay. And I'll take it and I'll put it in my bag.
Okay, so you take it, put it in your bag. You guys are rushing. Where are you gonna go? South or east?
The way we came.
Okay.
East.
So you guys go into this massive chamber, and you skid to a stop as this huge pit. It's like there's less shaking in here, but the ground starts to open up, and there's this massive pit in the center of the room. As you guys are making your way south. I'm guessing you're going south. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys make it past this. Yeah, there's a door right there, Sariel, as well, that you guys never went through. But there's that pit that you guys looked in, yawning beneath you. It's starting to connect to this massive pit in the floor that's opening up as all the tiles are crumbling down. So you guys just dashing all the way out?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you guys make it all the way out as the floor is falling behind you. The vestibule, these pillars start to crumble down and the ceiling starts to cave in. And I need one last acrobatics check unless anybody else has any other ideas as the this vestibule, this entrance area starts to collapse right when you guys are in it.
Before that, I'm going to hand Bramble Linda's urn just in case. And just scream at him. Keep running forward. Don't stop.
He takes it and he's stares at you for a beat in the just looks into your eyes, and then he gives a quick nod and continues.
And don't forget, you guys can help with this as well. There's all kinds of, if you guys have any ideas or want to help each other, there's ways. So
now there is one thing to consider from last episode.
What?
Gideon barred the door
Yeah, that's right.
Wait, this door?
Yes.
Oh,
Forgot about that. You guys, you guys definitely
Oh.
barred the door, so use your dashing.
Bramble did, or no,
Oh, it was Peabody.
Peabody did that.
Peabody did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. So you guys are dashing toward a.
both doors?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
there's an opening over here, like an
Yeah.
archway, but yeah, the
that's
door is definitely. So what I'll probably require is like a. So first we got to do an acrobatics check as the pillars are crumbling and falling, as the ceiling and the walls and all that. So let's get that out of the way first. So it looks like Serial succeeded with a 15. Bramble failed with a 15, unless you want to push it. And remember, you guys can help. So if you guys have any ideas, like to narrate how you guys are helping each other.
Really
for it.
quick, Donovan. Do you have a one or two-handed weapon? I forget.
It could be either, I think.
Do you have a
The staff? No.
So
just have a
Gideon has a
staff.
large shield on his back, but with his decrease in strength, plus the conditions, he's not going to really be able to carry it anymore. So he's going to offer it over to Donovan.
Oh yeah. I will take that. I can't
Ooh.
believe. Ooh.
Dang.
Okay.
Bramble. So what I'll do with Bramble's success, he rolled a dragon.
It was on a push roll, if that makes a difference.
No. I'll say it's still
Okay.
it's still a dragon. So I'll allow like one person sort of to have a free success.
Peabody will take that because it looks like everybody else is succeeding.
Okay. Did Donovan succeed? Holy shit, he did. What is
I
going
did.
on here? 3? Okay, so you guys dodge all of the falling debris facing a barred door. So how are you guys? Are you just flinging it off and dashing through?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So it takes you a moment. Who's the first one to the door? I'm gonna need like a sleight of hand check to see if you can quickly get this open. Is it Peabody?
Yeah, probably Peabody. Although he's
Okay.
rolling this with a Bane.
And you guys can check, you can help, all that stuff.
I think Serial was pretty close to the front too.
Okay, so why don't you roll me sleight of hand as everything's collapsing down around you?
Bramble will run over and help Peabody. So can both Peabody and Serial roll the sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'll give a boon
Yeah, whoever's up
to-
there first, you guys are more than welcome to try, because you guys are, I'm guessing, all trying to get the hell out of there.
Dang, I don't know how.
Okay, success. Dang, that's a good success. So the doors fling open. You guys throw off the bar. You rush out into the eclipse day, which almost looks like night. You see all these vines. They seem to be withering and withering and withering, being like almost retracted back into the building itself. You guys keep running and make it out just to the edge of the forest, and you see just this entire temple crumble to the ground. And that's where we're going to end tonight, everybody. So
crap.
successfully got the hell out of here. Did not become an eternal resident of the demonic realm, just barely. So viewers, thanks for hanging out with us on the stream or in the future. Appreciate it. And more than likely next week we'll be back to the Wednesday, the normal day. So thanks again for watching, and we will see you guys then. Good night.